Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Yemi Session here. So today I did my eyebrow off the camera because of time. I have a separate video coming up soon, and I will show you guys my updated eyebrow tutorial. So the first thing now is to take my concealer and use it as my primer. And to do that, I'll use my buffing brush and brush everything. And I'll go ahead and take my setting powder, and I'm using Laura Mercier here to set the whole of my eye to avoid any creasing. Then thereafter, I'll go ahead and use my eyeshadow palette, and for this look today I'll be using my Ashley Lee Miami collection eyeshadow palette, and I will take the first turquoise blue and use it as my transitional shade. I'm just blending it with my brush. Then thereafter I'll go ahead and use this pigmented gorgeous royal blue and apply it all over my eyelid. And I'm using my small flat brush from BH Cosmetics. I will make sure that I list all the products I'm using in this video in the comment section below. So here I'm just moving close to my mirror. I want to be sure that I cover the whole lid with the blue eyeshadow. Now I'm feeling myself. I'm loving it so far. Now I went ahead and take the first brush I use, then concentrate more on my transitional part, then also use the light blue, the turquoise blue, all over the outer part of my lid. God help me, I can't talk. Then after that is set, I went ahead and do my liner off the camera. Now I'm using my Milk Hydro Grey primer all over my face. Then when you're using your primer, guys, you want to make sure that you concentrate on those places you always produce oil first. Like me, like my T-zone, my nose, my forehead, my cheeks. So those places that you want to make sure that you're concentrating on those places. Then thereafter, I will give it a few minutes to set into my skin. Then after that, I'll go ahead and use my foundation. To do that, I'm using my Huda Beauty foundation. The other one is actually darker than me, then the other one is lighter. So when two of them come together, they will give me my perfect shade. So I'm going to apply that all over my face. Then go ahead now and use my Juvia's Place number 16 to highlight the whole of my face. And I'll put some under my eye, bridge of my nose, my forehead, my chin. Then thereafter, I will take my e.l.f. concealer, my e.l.f. Camo concealer, and use it to contour my face. You want to be sure that when you are contouring your face, you don't want to drag your brush. You want to like pat it in. Either your foundation, your concealer, any product you're applying on your face, guys. You don't rub it. You don't like drag it. When you do that, you're like wiping away the stuff you're putting in your face. So there is no point. So all you have to do is like just patting motion, just like I'm doing. You can see it as I'm doing it in my forehead too. And also another thing, guys, when you are doing your contour, you want to make sure that you are doing everything upward, be it on the side of your cheeks, towards your hairline. You want to make sure that you are. The purpose of doing the contour and the highlight is to make sure that you give the face definition. Like you want everything to like come out like V shape. You understand? Then I'll go ahead and take my beauty blender and just blend those places I highlighted. And I'll start from my chin, the bridge of my nose, my forehead. Then when you're using your beauty blend, guys, don't use dry beauty blender. You want to be sure that your beauty blender is damp. Like it's not too wet. Like see the way I'm doing. If you think it's too wet, you can go ahead and use a washcloth or paper towel to reduce the water. But just be sure that it is damp. Now I'm just blending my under eye. You want to make sure that when you are blending, this is another like fourth tip. When you are blending your under eye, you want to try and look up. And the purpose of doing that is to avoid creasing. Because just take a moment and think about it. When you are blending and you are looking straight, like you need to look up so you can get all those places. Like you want your skin to be stretched, like under the eye to be properly stretched, so you can get the concealer into the right places. So I'm blending, checking it. Guys, see, take a look at my face. Everything is so slimless, right? So I'll go ahead and do it effortlessly. So now I'm just using my, okay, now I'm trying to compare the two brushes. You can see they have the same shape, but the bigger one was the one I used to contour my cheeks and my forehead. Well, I'm going to use the smaller one with the same shape for my nose. So guys, when you are contouring your nose, you want to make sure that you are putting the product under your eyebrow. We don't want people to look at you and see two lines just coming from your nose. No, guys, that's not how to go about it. That's not how to do it. You want to do it right and you want to do it right and make sure that everything blends so good. Now I'm still blending it. So now everything is so perfect. See, guys, take a look at everything. Did you see that? Take a look at the babe, right? I'm feeling myself. So now the next thing to do is to set my contour. And to do that, I'll be using my Morphe Contour Palette. This is the deep shade. I think so, yeah. I'll put all the products in the comment section, guys. Check it, okay? So now I'm blending everything, and you can see the way I'm doing it. And the purpose of doing those, like, two fingers is to be sure that, oh, I'm getting it in the right place. Like when you contour your face, you want to get like a V shape, like everything is coming from your hairline down towards your ear. Then you want to be sure that you're not doing your contour to reach your mouth region. No. So before I go ahead and set under my eye, like those places I highlighted, I will go ahead and take my beauty sponge and just blend my concealer for the last time to avoid any creasing. Then I will just go ahead and set everything. Guys, if you're a beginner, I will advise you to start from setting your under eye instead of baking. Then when you like really know what makeup is all about, then you can graduate and start baking. So now I'm just setting. When my beauty blender grab a lot of powder, I just reduce it by putting some on my palm, then use the leftover under my eye, the bridge of my nose, my cheeks, my forehead. So now I'm setting the whole of my nose. And to set that, I will use the same shade I use for my cheeks and my forehead because I don't want my nose to be too dark. You understand? So I'm using one of my powder to set my nose. Then I'll use the same powder to do my reverse contour. And that's what I'm doing now. You can see the V shape showing now. I'm just doing my reverse contour and that is done. And I will go ahead and take my black purple powder and use it to set the whole of my face. So when you are setting the whole of your face, you want to make sure that you set everything properly to avoid oily. Then I'll go ahead and take my Rimmel blush and blush my cheeks. I love me some good blush. I'm a blush girl. Like blush with pink, orange, any color. Then now we're coming to the end of the tutorial. I'll go ahead and use my setting spray. And for this tutorial, I'm using my e.l.f. setting spray. This is drugstore product, but this is one of my favorite setting spray. It's so good, guys. But I'll go ahead and take my handy brush and dry my face. Use my melanin highlights to highlight my cheeks, the bridge of my nose, my forehead. Baby girl is feeling herself. Everything is on point. I did my lip, just my normal lip gloss with my liner. Line my lip. I'm feeling myself. Guys, if you watch to this point, I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you for your time, for coming back. Guys, follow me on Instagram at YMC Shoneye. subscribe if you haven't already. So this is after like 6 to 7 hours. I just came back from an errand. I went to pick my kids in school. I went to store, and my makeup is still on point. Bye.